If you're living with a chronic illness, you've probably heard the word pacing. Everybody talks about it, but no one tells you how to actually do it. Hi, my name is Kemi. I am a life coach. I work with women with chronic illnesses. I have been navigating a chronic illness myself for about 7 years now, and I will share with you how I do it and how I help my clients with pacing and managing their energy. What does pacing do? Pacing helps you manage your energy. It helps you plan and prioritize your tasks so that you're able to achieve a few things here and there. You're not completely burning out and crashing, especially when you know that your body is going to cancel on you. When you wake up in the morning, you're not sure what body you're going to wake up with. You're not sure what the energy is going to look like for the rest of the day. So pacing helps you do that and helps you anticipate that you're going to be low on energy at some point in the day, and how do you manage it as you go. Step one is to track your energy. When you wake up in the morning, how are you feeling? Are you feeling low energy, medium, high? Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? An example is I'm more of an evening person, but I know I have to function in the morning and throughout the day before I get my energy boost in the evening. So in the morning, during the day, I do tasks that require a little bit less of me, a little bit less of my mental energy, a little bit less of my physical energy. I still work my 9 to 5. So in the mornings, I'll do emails, I'll read files and documents that don't require too much from me, because I know that in the afternoon I have a little bit more brain power to do some writing, write some memos, do some assessments and things like that. So that way I'm pacing myself during my work day. So what do I do in the evenings? I know in the evenings I have a little boost of energy. So on days I work from home, I try to get to the gym, do the 30-minute workout. The most I would do is 30 minutes because I know that's how much my body can take. So I pace myself that way, and I do that for my week as well. I start with managing my week on Sundays, because that way I know that if there are 3 big things I need to get done this week, then I can be flexible. I can move them around on the days that I feel better or the days that I'm working from home, so I can fit those tasks in. The more you track your energy, the more you're able to manage it, the more you're able to work and flow with your body and not against it. When you're working in flow and you feel better, you're in better alignment with yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. Step 2 is breaking tasks into smaller bites, into smaller pieces. A big example is making dinner, meal prepping. I don't do a typical meal prep like a lot of people do a whole bunch of things at the same time. I cook in stages. So as a Nigerian that I am, we are famous for our soups and our jollof rice. For jollof rice, I will pick a day and make the sauce and have my sauce ready to go. So I'm not doing the sauce and cooking the rice at the same time. So I half prep meals. That way, I'm not in the kitchen for 2-3 hours at a time. If my sauce is ready, all I have to do on a day I want to eat jollof rice is get the sauce out of the freezer, thaw it, add some rice, leave it in the pot, and it's cooking, and that requires minimal energy. So I've changed the way that I meal prep just to accommodate and do things in short bursts of time. Sometimes I'll break a task down into 3 so I can do each one. So you know the things that you need to get done. So that way, when you break your tasks down, it's requiring your energy for a less period of time, and you're able to just manage it and, like I said, pace yourself. Okay? Step 3 is building in rest before you need it. That is extremely important. It is so important, because a lot of times we see rest as a reward for our hard work. When we've done all the work, now it's time to rest. But as someone living with a chronic illness, you can't do that. You literally cannot do that, because by the time you're done working and feeling like it's time to rest, you've most likely overdone it. And I've done that so many times, and I still have to remind myself that building in rest is extremely important. How do you build in rest? Sometimes, if you can, take a 30-minute nap during the day. If you can, have a full day of doing nothing. Most of my Sundays are do nothing days. You know, I'll make some dinner and make food. Of course, you still have to eat, but I'll make sure that those meals require minimal time and minimal energy so I can use most of the day to just rest and just be. Scheduling in rest is extremely important when you're living with a chronic illness and you don't know what body is going to show up for you, you know, for the day. If you want more tips and more strategies, subscribe and follow for more. I'll see you in my next video.